Marathon is not going to be Concord 3.0. I don't think the game is for everyone, but I can totally see a niche group of players playing it and loving it. I think it had over 40,000 players consistently on Steam, and of course we shall see how the main game does, but that's a pretty good sign. Let's go through some of the things I liked and disliked about the game. Let's start with the likes. I thought the music and the sound design were both peak. Sound design especially, it is phenomenal, honestly. I don't know if it's the best I've ever heard, but it's up there. It's pretty good. Everything sounds crisp. Everything sounds like it's where it's supposed to be. And honestly, they cooked. Honestly, the sound design team at Bungie always cooks. They just, I don't know what they're on, but they cook. Music is good. I don't know about the in-game music as much. It was all right, but the ARG OST that they released, it's honestly been a few, like what, last year now. That OST is, I will glaze them over that OST. It is so freaking good, man. I love that shit. I've listened to it so many times, and I will probably check out the other OSTs that are coming out as we speak. I think there's going to be some pretty interesting lore. I think the opening cutscene and the bits and pieces we heard from Cyber Acne seemed like they're building up to something. I don't know how this story is going to progress, but with the voiceovers and the artists that they've picked up, I think I'll pay attention to it. That's for sure. Next, art. I do like the art in the game. I do like how the game blasts you with all the cool visuals. Though I think the moths, yeah, they can suck my dick. The moths can suck my dick. I did not need to see a close up of a moth, even if it isn't a real one. I did not need to see that, but it was kind of cool in like an artistic way. Oh, I also like the font they use for Marathon. Just the overall font, it's pretty cool. I like it. It's clean, and maybe I'll see if I can steal it for this thumbnail if I make it. We'll see. Next up, the environments. I do like the environments of. Well, okay. Let me clarify. I kinda like Perimeter, kinda don't like Perimeter. I sort of like the rocky outskirts more than I like seeing the sleek, shiny new buildings. I don't know if it's just because it's kind of jarring going from one to the other or something like that, but it just feels wrong to me. And that kind of makes me not like the map as much. But then we go to Dire Marsh and the lighting looks incredible. I mean, it's really pretty, like really pretty. I think I took a screenshot like pretty much as soon as I loaded it because I mean, damn, they cooked. They cooked. Although, I mean, the buildings look fine there, but like the lighting and the forest stuff, like the foresty areas, those are definitely the standouts for me. Though I do like the inside of some of the buildings, like when they've got that purple lighting and the red lighting, and it's just like, yeah, this is kind of vibes. You know what I mean? I think I wrote it's on fleek in one of my notes. No, I don't think anybody says on fleek anymore. Anyway, what we've seen of Outpost, the other map that's coming on launch, reminds me of Titan from Destiny 2. It's not necessarily a bad thing. I mean, I like Titan. I mean, it looks cool, especially at nighttime. But it also reminds me of the very first mission of Destiny 2 from the Red War campaign, if anyone else even remembers that. And that just feels kind of, but at the same time, I like the way it looks, and the insides look pretty good from what we saw from the streams. But it looks alright. And the cryo map, I don't think we've really seen much of the cryo map, so we'll kind of have to wait and see. But it kind of reminds me of that one area in the final shape inside the walls. Oh, and the last thing I want to mention is the character designs. I like them. I like all of them. Vandal is what I played in the Service Slam for no reason in particular. And I also quite like the Thief. Maybe a little too much, but I really like the Thief shell. It's definitely tickling my fancy, if you know what I'm saying. But regardless of that, I think they all look distinct. It doesn't feel like a generic high guard situation. And I don't think any of them look bad. And honestly, I wasn't really a fan of Recon at first, but then I saw art of it online and I was kind of like, damn, I'm missing out. Oh, another thing actually, well, a couple of small things, I guess, but I do think the game is surprisingly well optimized. At least it was running just about on my potato PC. And I mean, that's honestly borderline a miracle if you see the specs of my PC. But at the same time, fair enough, man. I'll give them credit for that. Bungie deserves credit on that for sure. Although, I mean, the game did kind of look like ass off the time. Well, no, never mind. It was serviceable for sure. I don't have anything specific to say about the combat, but I mean, it feels fine. I mean, I don't think anybody expected the combat to feel bad, given it was from Bungie and Destiny is Destiny. It's not like anything revolutionary or anything, but yeah, I mean, from what I've seen, the guns do seem like they're Destiny guns, but just not Destiny. But it's fine. I mean, I don't really have any complaints. Alright, let's move on to some of the dislikes. First off, we're going to talk about the UESC. UESC. I think they might be a little strong. They kind of kick your ass. They're basically the main threat, is what it felt like. Sure, you'd find a team eventually, but really it felt like you were surviving the PvE enemies rather than the PvP enemies. But I'm not going to say they should change it. I think it's kind of just a skill issue, kind of a learning curve that you need to, like, understand them, maybe. To be fair, I think maybe reducing the range they notice you from might make it a little bit easier, but if that's just a me thing, that's just a me thing. I think the one time I really noticed it, I could have sworn any other AI would not have seen me, but this bot, was locked onto me, man. He knew exactly where I was. And the other thing about the AI is they push you. They are not nice. They'll mess your day up. They do not care, and they will finish you off. They suck you dry, which is cool. I mean, it's good. Like, I like that. It's cool. I don't know if it's like that for other extraction games. I mean, it doesn't have Arc Raiders learning AI, and they are just bots after all, which is kind of like, there are a few different types, but they are just kind of robots, so there is that. But I don't hate it, I don't love it. It's fine, except for the invisible guy. Fuck that guy. Totally don't have some hatred for him. I know this is a skill issue, but losing sucks, and losing all this shit sucks. But I mean, hey, that's just how these games go. But I guess maybe that's why the game's not for me. At least that's what I'm feeling. I do think the items look a bit weird. They all kind of seem, I don't know how to explain it, but they're all the same thing almost. It's like they're all just like a box, basically. Like, I know they're not all physically boxes, but like, that's just how they look. They look like a box with a thing in it, and they all look roughly the same, is how it feels. I think maybe having some differing, I don't know how to make them stand out better, but I'm sure someone with actual design skills could do that. But maybe that's just me, but we'll see. Honestly, there wasn't that much else I actually disliked from the game. I think maybe I'm just not into extraction shooters, or maybe this is too hardcore of an extraction shooter for me. Because Arc Raiders did look like it was fun. To be honest, when I was thinking about making this video and writing down what I disliked about the game, I honestly couldn't think of that much more than what I've already said. So, I mean, it's fine, but to be honest, I just kind of found myself asking, why am I playing this game? I mean, like, there were moments when I was having fun, but to be honest, it just kind of felt, it's alright, I guess. I think for me, the best way to enjoy this game going forward, and how I plan to, is to just watch it. I'll check out lore videos and listen to any new OSTs that drop, and, I'll watch YouTubers. Shout out to Acid Cross, like, you need the shout out. And, I'm going to check out the maps when we see them, like when they drop, and the new ones, whatever they are. But overall, I think the server slam went fine. Like, there were some server issues, but that's kind of expected given it's a server slam. But to be fair, they did lose like half of the total number of players that jumped on the first day on Steam, at least. So it's not the best sign. The peak was still like 40 to 70k players, so that's not that bad either. Still, I think if they want to bring back players, or like really get players hooked in more, those two maps that are coming on launch in Season 1, they better be really bringing it on those maps, because otherwise, I just kind of see the game as it's fine. It's like, overall, it's competent, but I find myself asking, is that really enough? And was Destiny 2 dying worth it? And to be honest, I'm not sure I know the answer yet. Let's see what happens 2 weeks from now.